Good morning, fourth grade online learners. Layden Hensler. I hear you're in chat rooms with some of the people in my room, so I told them, get out of the chat rooms. Okay, it's okay if you guys are talking about science, but none of this Pokemon stuff from the birthday boy over here. We are learning about climates of the world, and we have a website today called SciJinx. Probably like Science Jinx. I don't know. But I'm going to read a little bit of it, and then I'm going to see. I know at least Tamale wants to read, and I might be able to get some other people. We'll see. Okay, so I'm just going to switch over, but this should keep recording, and I'm just going to read as I'm making this video. So what are the different climate types? Tropical, dry, temperate, continental, polar. Hey guys, dry, I was reading in the paper yesterday that the cactuses in the Sonoran Desert, there was not a big monsoon last year, so a lot of them died last year, and it's kind of sad because they represent the Sonoran Desert, and it's the only place they grow in the world. Mostly Arizona, a little bit of California, maybe a little bit of another state, but mostly Arizona. So let's hope for a good rain for the cactuses, and that would be a very dry climate. Although they're considered a wet desert because of how much they get all at once. And then when it rains, the cactuses grow fruit. And then people walk around and imagine picking this fruit. Cactuses can be 40 feet tall. That's like a 4-story building. And you have to try to get fruit off of them. Okay, climate. The first climate we see on this website is very polar, very cold. And climate is the average weather conditions in a place over a long period of time, 30 years or more. So we don't just talk about climate last year or the year before, 30 years or more. So as you probably know, there are lots of different climates on Earth. Hot regions are normally closest to the equator. The climate is hotter there because the sun's light is most directly overhead at the equator. The North and South Pole are cold because the sun's light and heat are least direct there. Girls in the back of the room, remember what I said when we're making the video? You have to stay quiet. Emma, please stay quiet till we get done with the video. Okay. Using this information in the 1800s and 1900s, a German climate scientist named Vladimir, I've heard of Vladimir, but not Vladimir, Köppen divided the world's climates into categories. His categories were based on temperature and the amount of precipitation and the times of year precipitation occurs. So today's climate scientists split the Earth into approximately 5 main climates. Tropical. This is the hot and humid zone. The average temperatures are greater than 64 degrees Fahrenheit year round, and there's more than 59 inches of precipitation. Dry. These climate zones are so dry because moisture is rapidly evaporated from the air and there is very little precipitation. Temperate. In this zone, there are typically warm and humid summers with thunderstorms and mild winters. Continental. These regions have warm to cool summers and are very cold winters. In the winter, this zone can experience snowstorms, strong winds, and very cold temperatures. Sometimes 22 degrees below 0 Fahrenheit. Polar. In the polar climate zones, it's extremely cold. Even in the summer, the temperatures here never go higher than 50 degrees Fahrenheit in the summer. So that's pretty hot, but normally it's even a lot colder than that. What does a map of climate zones really look like? If you look on the website, it shows you. They put different colors there. Red is in the middle, then it fades to yellow, then green, then purple for really cold. Distance to the equator is only one part of the area's climate. Things like the movement of the oceans and the Earth's tilt and rotation also affect how weather patterns move around the globe. And we learned that yesterday, that Oregon is actually fairly warm because of ocean currents. But if you go on the other coast, the Atlantic coast, clear across the United States, Maine is cold most of the year. It never gets the warm weather that Oregon gets on the west coast. So how can information about climate zones be used? It can be used for gardening and farming, because plants grow best in climate conditions that are found near their native ecosystem. So if you want to plant an apple orchard in your backyard, you should first check to see the variety of apples that are good for that region's climate. How do weather satellites play a role? They mostly help with tracking conditions that are happening now and forecasting weather in the near future. However, they also collect information to help us monitor a region's climate over time. Okay, so we have stuff like the Geostationary Operational Environmental Satellite. It can monitor the sea surface temperature and the Gulf Stream, a powerful current in the Atlantic Ocean. Both of these things can influence a region's climate. So guys, this is very interesting stuff. If you're into weather and predicting weather, you can actually make a complete career out of this. And that would be very rewarding to be able to help people by predicting weather. Okay, so with a brief summary of this, we're going to see if Tamale is ready. Tamale, would you like to come up with your summary? She's on her way. And now back to you, Tamale, the weather girl. You can sit or stand, Tamale.
There are 5 main climates on Earth. Hot areas are normally close to the equator. Polar climate zones are very cold. Tropical climate zones are hot and humid. This is what I learned about climates.
Okay, so Tamale talked a little bit about the 5 climate zones. And what else did you mention, Tamale? Okay, she talked about polar climates and tropical climates, which are kind of the opposite. Okay, anyone else? Serafina, did you change your mind? All right, that's okay, guys. I did read a good bit from the website, and these girls are very nice, always volunteering, but they says, you know what, it's time to give other people a chance. So thank you, Serafina and Allison. Okay, Layden and everybody else at home. Who else is at home? Anyone know? Declan. Who else? Logan. Anxious to see you back at school? People are trying to decide what they want to do, but you guys get an idea. We're talking about climate, and we will see you tomorrow. And we've had some good climate lately. Let's hope it keeps up. Bye-bye.